Hello and welcome back to the Sad to Savage podcast. I'm your host, Shelby Sacco Spinnick. And no, I have not changed my last name yet. I feel like I'm not going to get to that for a minute here, but welcome back to the podcast. Today, we are continuing my little mini series on routines, and we're going to dive into how to wake up early and also how to stop snoozing your alarm. The reason we're going to go in depth into this and where it fits into our routines is next week's episode is on how to create a morning routine for beginners. But in order to create a morning routine, we got to create time. How do we do that? We wake up a little bit earlier, and we also address the problem of snoozing our alarms if that's something that we do struggle with. Now, before we start today's episode, let's quickly run through this series and the episodes that we have planned. Part 1, we already went over, which was reactive to routine, step-by-step, easy to follow process on how to start changing your routines. Part 2, this is today's episode. You guys already know that bad boy. Part 3, creating a morning routine for beginners. Part 4 will be nighttime routine for beginners, which was my hardest habit ever. I can't stop doing that. I don't know if it's an accent or what, but I can't stop talking like that. Part 5 will be going into how to create a morning routine with a more advanced version. And I'll be going over my 4-hour morning routine. To be honest, I think it's longer than 4 hours at this point. It's basically like my whole day, but it's my favorite part of the day. Part 6 will be going over an advanced nighttime routine and talking about my nighttime routine. And then part 7 will dive into advanced routine building, just taking it a little bit further than in part 1, where it was more so basic routine building, a basic structure, a way to begin. Now, before I teach you how to start waking up earlier, we're going to kick it off with learning how to stop snoozing our alarms so that we actually can work on waking up earlier. And I also want to say for anyone listening, if you're like, okay, I can't wake up earlier right now in my life because A, B, and C, the whole goal with waking up earlier is just creating time for yourself to create a new routine, to create new habits. It's really just creating time, because in order to change your life, you need the time to do it. So if you're like, I can't wake up earlier right now, but I still want to change my life, you can. It's all you have to do really is look for a part of your day or a pocket of time in your day that you can utilize for new routines or for new habits. I personally just love the morning because it's one of those times that's just for you. Like, no one can take that time away from you. Your job can't take that time away from you. Your kids, for the most part, can't take that time away from you. Your friends, family, things can't pop up, or you can't be running late. Like, that is time that can be consistent for your life and for your habits. Also, before we dive into this, I want to talk a little bit about where I was at in my life before I started waking up earlier. And I just want to talk about it because I want to show you guys that you can wake up earlier. I feel like you guys know who I am now, but if you saw me before, you'd be so confused. 5 years ago, before I started waking up earlier, because I started this in 2020, waking up earlier, and now it's 2026. That's crazy. Before I made the conscious decision to start waking up earlier, I was someone who would literally wake up at 9 a.m. for my 9 a.m. job. Thank the Lord. It was work from home, or that would have been a problem. Throughout my entire life, I never liked getting up early. In high school, I would wake up and get ready within 10 minutes. I'd go to my sister's room. I'd see what she was wearing for the day, literally copy her, get on my merry way. I made me and my sisters late every single day to high school, to be completely honest. We learned a lot of shortcuts through different neighborhoods to get there on time sometimes, but I, in college, would sleep through every alarm. I would sleep in every single day, some days till 2 p.m. Before I started waking up earlier in 2020, I had just moved in with two of my best friends. Well, we weren't even friends when we moved in together. They're two of my best friends now. And when I started living with them, on the weekends, I'd sleep in till 2 p.m. and they would come check on me to make sure I was still breathing. Literally. I was never a morning person. I never thought I'd become a morning person. When people would say they got up early, I used to loathe them at first, and then I decided I wanted to be them. And riddle me this, I am them now. And now I'm teaching people how to do it because it will change your life. All of that to say, if you've never been a morning person, it doesn't mean that you can't become one. And also, I think I can look back on my life and relate every beautiful thing that I have to making the choice to start waking up a little bit earlier. That is the first habit that I started with on my Sad to Savage journey. That is one of the habits, my keystone habit, which basically just means a habit that basically creates space for widespread change. Waking up early helped me transform every area of my life. Now, looking back, I can say my physical health, my mental health, my career, my relationship, my self worth, my value, my confidence, my income, so many things. If you make this decision to start waking up earlier, your life will positively change. I can promise you that. I can say that with my whole chest. This big old thing, I can say it with my whole chest. It will change your life. From the day in 2020 that I decided to start waking up earlier, it was in July, and it was when I started to learn about habits and the power of habits, literally from the book, The Power of Habits. It's a yellow cover on Amazon by Charles Duhigg. God bless that man. God bless that man. Good morning to everyone, but especially Charles Duhigg. That book changed my life. But what it taught me is that when you want to start waking up earlier or create a new habit, small and steady wins the race every single time. So I made the decision to start waking up just a wee bit earlier every day so that I had time to go on a walk. Because one of my biggest goals back then, I was in the sad to savage, I was down in the dumps, was that I wanted to lose weight. I was really upset with my body. I was feeling really insecure. I couldn't fit into my clothes. It was a huge pain point for me. And I didn't have any time because I was working 3 jobs. And I said, I was also working 3 jobs and I was a mom. I was a full-time mother. I lived at home. I think there were 7 of us living at home at that point, and I was actually a second mom for my mom. I would drive my siblings everywhere after work. I'd pick them up, get them from sporting events. I would go to the grocery store, make dinner. Like, after work, the time that I did have went to my family. That was time that was so unpredictable that even if I thought I could go work out or try to go on a walk, it was like, oh, someone needs something from me. And that just was the way life was. So creating that time for myself to go on a 20-minute walk in the morning was life changing. It allowed me to experience. I remember sitting in my kitchen when no one was up yet after I'd gone on a walk and being like, this is amazing. Like, I am starting to feel better. Like, I was doing this, waking up early and working out, well, walking, which is working out, hold on, for my physical health, but the mental health benefits that I started noticing helped me change my life. I was like, wait, I guess the science was right. And now here I am years later, and I've been waking up early ever since I made that decision. And it is something that I genuinely love that has become so simple, so easy, so second nature for me that I know will help you change your life too. Now, my morning routine right now is longer than 4 hours, really, if I think about it. And it is my favorite part of my day every single day. It is amazing. If you're not convinced that you need to start waking up earlier, I'm trying to think what will convince you. Actually, just trust me. Trust me, it will change your life. Give it 2 weeks and you will see the benefits. Now, before I teach you how to stop snoozing your alarm, we need to go over the habit loop. You guys have probably heard me talk about this 5,000 times at this point at minimum. But in a habit loop, you have a cue, a routine, and a reward, and it follows a cycle over and over until you form a habit. The cue is the thing that triggers the habit loop. It is the start of it. It could be something like Monday through Friday. It could be a time. It could be an emotion. The cue is what's starting it. The routine is the habitual behavior, and the reward is what is driving that habit loop. It's what you're getting out of doing this action in response to the cue. Now, how you create a habit is you repeat that over and over and over and over again, because the repetition of it then engraves a little pathway in your brain. If you're watching on YouTube, you can also see my cat is joining us for today's episode. He doesn't need help waking up early. He wakes me and Jake up at the wee hours of the night every night. Actually, just wakes up Jake. He doesn't bother me because I'm his favorite. Anyway, how you create that as a habit, you repeat it over and over and over again because it creates a pathway in your brain that then you just start following on your own. You learn that behavior that becomes a part of who you are. It's your identity. It's what you do. It becomes you no longer have to do it as a choice. It becomes more unconscious, autopilot. You don't have to think about it, right? When I wake up early now, I don't have to think about it. I'm doing that. That's who I am. That's what I do every day. My body's used to it. I'm used to it. I have my routine down. It is so much easier when you create it as a habit, but sometimes it just takes a little bit of time. Now, when it comes to snoozing our alarm, the cue that triggers the habit, this is really easy to figure out. It is Monday through Friday or whatever day it is, the time that your alarm goes off. Your alarm going off is the cue. The routine is the behavior that happens after your alarm goes off. So if you snooze your alarm, you reach over and snooze your alarm clock, you reach over and snooze your phone, that is the routine that we're going to focus on and that we're going to change. And then the reward is why you're doing this. Maybe you think that you're helping yourself out by giving yourself more sleep. Think about your own life right now. What is your habit loop for snoozing your alarm? Once you identify your habit loop, you can then change it. I want to do mine as an example. So my habit loop before I changed it and I was snoozing my alarm was cue when my alarm goes off, routine, reaching over, snoozing that bad boy, and then reward. I thought I was helping myself out. I'm like, I need the sleep. Now, when it comes to changing that habit, here's what we're going to do. Step number 1 was understanding the habit loop. Now, step number 2 is understanding your current habit loop. We're now on step number 3, which is consciously choosing a new routine. You want to pick a new routine in response to your alarm going off. And you can hack it a little bit because if you're used to reaching over and snoozing your alarm, your body has trained this action. There's also some more little hacks that we can do. We'll get to in a second. Here are some options of new routines that you can try. And also, I want to preface this by saying that the first routine you try might not be it, might not work for you. You got to try it a couple times and you can say, okay, I'm going to try something else. Every single person, the way that you create habits like snoozing your alarm, it is specific to you, the environment that you're in, how you're raised. It could come back to so many different things that sometimes the first thing we try isn't it, and that's okay. We got to keep going. Here are some examples of things you can do. You can stand up immediately after turning the alarm off. You can splash cold water on your face. I used to have a little spray bottle. I'd literally spray myself like a dog. You can walk to the bathroom and put water on your face. You can open a curtain. You can go immediately. You can wake up, hear your alarm, go downstairs, grab a drink for the morning. You can reach over and grab water and drink that to help yourself wake up. That's my personal favorite. You can immediately sit up when your alarm goes off. Give yourself time to wake up. You can sit up and you can journal for a minute, or you could put on a motivational podcast. Once you pick the new routine that you're going to try, what you'll do is write out that new habit loop. So what does yours look like? My example would be cue 8 a.m. when my alarm goes off, routine reaching over and grabbing a cup of water and sitting up and drinking it so that I can actually process and wake up. And then the reward is the same. I'm still just helping myself out. I'm doing the Lord's work. Now, step number 5. And also, oh my God, you guys, this isn't a worksheet. If you want the worksheet, it's completely for free. It's linked in the episode description. I love worksheets. It will walk you right through all of this because I know I'm a visual learner. I know I say this all the time, but I need to see things visually. And I know the podcast is just audio unless you're watching on YouTube. Now, for step number 5, you can also tweak and enhance your cue or enhance your routine and make changes to those. When it comes to your cue, if we know our alarm's going off and we're snoozing it, there are a couple things that we can do here. 1, we can put our alarm out of reach, right? If we're so used to reaching over and snoozing it, we can set ourselves up for success by making that not really a possibility by putting our alarm somewhere else. 2, we can change our alarm sound. 3, we could also open the window or open the blinds so when we wake up, it's light outside, or we can get an alarm clock that makes it light in our room. We can alter that cue to better set us up for success. And then we can also alter the reward. So if we think we're helping ourselves out, that's the reward. We could also say, you know what? When I get out of bed, I'm going to go get myself a grape Celsius. I'm going to go get a coffee. Or the reward could be having time for yourself so that you can make a yummy breakfast. Or the reward could be having time to sit and like relax before getting ready for work, or having time to go work out. Whatever it is, you could also give yourself like a really small incentive for that reward. And then step number 6 is literally just writing out your new, enhanced, improved habit loop and practicing that over and over and over again until you stop snoozing your alarm. It might take you a second, but making small tweaks to your cue, changing your routine, and small tweaks to your reward will set you up for success. Think about this. If you have a habitual behavior of reaching over and snoozing your alarm, you need to disrupt that routine. You need to disrupt that action by moving the alarm, changing it to a new sound, having something else there that you reach over and grab, doing a different action, setting yourself up so you literally have to. If you can't reach over and snooze your alarm, if it's on the other side of the room and then you know you're splashing cold water on your face, you are going to wake up. Another thing I love is putting, like, say you need to sit and address your pain point. What is it you're struggling with? Say you're like, okay, it's so cold, I don't want to get out of bed. Put a sweatshirt on the ground or a cozy bathrobe on the ground right next to the bed so you can get up and put that on immediately so you're warm and you're cozy. Think through for your own life what could be hindering you and what can you improve. Also, when it comes to snoozing your alarm, there's a big thing glaring us in the face. Are you tired? Are you getting enough sleep? Do you need to focus more on what you're doing before bed to set you up for success? That is something to think about. And little things, every time you think about something, try something new, slowly start working on something, you are building momentum and you will figure out what is going to work for you. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of time and some extra effort. Now, don't forget, I have all that we just went over in a worksheet, and I also have everything we're about to go over in a worksheet, so make sure to download those. When it comes to waking up earlier, where I think everyone goes wrong is they go 0 to 100. They literally say, okay, I usually wake up at 8 a.m., but I'm going to start waking up at 5 a.m. tomorrow. What do you think happens? You set yourself up for failure. Now, wait, I'm not coming at you because I've done that in the past too. I learned the hard way. Hey, I'm right there with you. Because when you go, okay, I'm going to go from 8 a.m. to 5 a.m., that is 3 hours. Your body is obviously going to be like, what the hell? What the hell? You're going to be exhausted. It's going to be extremely difficult. You're going to feel discouraged, and it's going to be harder to continue to do every single day when it sucks. When it comes to waking up earlier, the best thing that you can do for yourself is start small and slow, and slowly start waking up earlier in small increments. So making the goal to wake up just 20 minutes earlier for a week or two until your body can shift and you can get that down. Also, shifting your nighttime routine, what time you're going to bed, even if it's by 15, 20 minutes, that will help your body make this adjustment. You want to think small and you can work down. Now, one of the errors that I made was I'm going to stop going to bed at 2 a.m. I'm going to start going to bed at 10 p.m. so I can start waking up earlier. You think that worked? No. You want to set yourself up for success by making it small, realistic, easy, and something you can keep consistent and build upon. So, anyway, I got ahead of myself. When it comes to waking up earlier, the first thing I want you to do, step 1, is decide why. Have a clear reason. Why do you want to get up? Is it because you want time to work out, to have breakfast, to journal, to plan your day? Is it because you want to have just time to yourself? When you actually have a clear reason why you're waking up earlier, it is going to make waking up in the morning easier to stick with, because you have something that you're going to do. You have a why, you have an idea. It's not just, I'm going to wake up and see where the wind blows me. You know what you're doing next. Step number 2, I want you to address any pain points that you're currently struggling with. What could be hindering you or setting you up for failure when it comes to waking up earlier? Are you staying up too late scrolling? Are you having caffeine too late? Are you not setting an alarm? What is hindering you from waking up earlier? Are you staying up way too late on the weekends and sleeping in too late that then it's really throwing things off? Think about yourself and get really clear on number 1, why you want to do this, and number 2, what are little pain points that you might need to address? The third thing you're going to do, which I already kind of touched on, is shift your routine gradually, right? We're not going from 8 a.m. to 5 a.m. Instead, you want to start waking up earlier by 20 minutes. You could do 15 to 30 minutes within that little time frame to actually give yourself space to adjust and become successful. When I started waking up earlier, I did not go from 9 a.m. to 5 a.m. where I'm at now. What I did was slowly shift what I'm teaching you guys. I would wake up at 9 a.m. and I said, okay, I'm going to wake up at 8:40. I'm going to go on a 10-minute walk before I start work. Then from there, I said, okay, now I feel good. A couple weeks later, I got it down. I want to walk longer. I've started to adjust a little bit. My body's getting used to this. I'm going to wake up at 8:20. Then from there, I built down. I think I did a big jump. I either went from 8:20 to 8 a.m. or to 7:45. And then I had more time where I could add more things to my morning routine. From there, I built down to 7:30, 7:15, 6:45, 6:20, down to 5:45, 5:20, 5 a.m. over the course of months. But what I did is I allowed myself and my body and my life and my routines to slowly shift in a way that didn't set off the fear center in my brain, that was realistic, that my body could keep up with, that was actually enjoyable. I wasn't miserable doing this, to the point where now, 5 years later, I have this habit so engraved. It's not like I did it for 2 weeks and gave up. It is engraved because I followed these steps, and I truly believe that this is what will help you. Slowly, gradually working down. Every single person is different when it comes to waking up earlier. Everyone has their own set of, not boundaries, but their own set of something that can make things harder. Go at your own pace. You could wake up 20 minutes earlier and stay there for a month and then move it down and be like, oh, okay, I've already got it down, and move on within a week. The next step number 4, is to go to bed a little bit earlier, because if you're waking up 20 minutes earlier, you want to get to bed just 20 minutes earlier. So your body's not going through shock. You're not wanting to be exhausted, having to take naps. You want to still get enough sleep and start building this habit. We're going to dive into a morning routine and nighttime routine in the next episodes, which I'm so excited for. But this is such an important step because you need to create time for yourself. The next step is creating a consistent sleep routine. if you can, and knowing, okay, I'm going to try to get in bed by this time so that I have enough sleep. So just being conscious of it. Step number 6 is reflecting and adjusting. So as you go through each week, you want to reflect on how you did, but without judgment, without being like, oh, I failed, I did horrible this day, this day, this day. You want to reflect and learn from yourself. If you're having a hard time, why? What can you look at? What can you understand so that you can change? On the nights that you stay up late scrolling, is that when you struggle waking up? On nights when you go out the night before and are out for dinner or working late, is that when you struggle? Are the nights when you don't have something planned for the morning, is that when you have a hard time waking up? Reflect on each week and then adjust accordingly the next week. Try something new. You will figure it out. Failing is just getting one step closer to achieving and reaching your goal. Other little things that I want to talk about that are tips are, one, you can use light to your advantage. I have an alarm clock that makes it look like at 5 a.m. it's bright in my room. I love it because when I wake up and hear my alarm and it's bright, I'm instantly kind of woken up because I'm like, oh, well, it's actually shining. Sometimes I put it to shine straight in my eyes, but I kind of like it. It helps me opposed to waking up in pitch black. I also leave my curtains and my window up so that there's more natural light. Well, it's still really dark, but just so that it's never actually pitch black in my room. Can you do that? Would that help you? Another thing to do is work on evening habits. Do you need to start slowly trying to get in bed sooner, getting ready for bed sooner, not watching Netflix before bed, putting your phone across the room, little things like that. Also, another thing is I want you guys to give yourself grace and to go slow. If you sleep in, you don't wake up early, it is not the end of the world. All you need to do is just reflect, why'd that happen? And then get back up and try again the next morning. Only let one bad morning stay that way, just one. It doesn't have to affect the whole week. It doesn't have to affect the next day. Another tip is finding small ways to make getting up easier by having things to look forward to. I work out with my friends every morning and I love it. That makes waking up so easy because I want to go see them. Or when I have something planned, like a book that I really want to read or something that I'm really looking forward to, it makes it so much easier for me. And then the last tip is build a morning you look forward to, because my morning routine is the best part of my day. I cherish it. I love it. I'm excited to wake up every morning. When you have something you're looking forward to, that time that's special to you, where you're going to do something that you want to work on, that you want to have time for, it is incredible. That can help drive the new habit that you're building. I want you to wake up earlier. I love you. Also, while I teach all of this in depth and for free, I do have a step-by-step program that I teach with lessons, worksheets, and more coming out so soon. If you want to apply and be notified when that new program is coming out, I have it linked in my bio. Well, the bio of this episode. I'm really excited for it. I teach everything for free, but this has everything in a structure, completely laid out, me teaching in depth, step by step, guiding you along. And it's for anyone that needs or just does a good job in that environment. Like, I personally just love taking programs or classes because I'll actually do it. Like, if I invest in it, I'm like, okay, I'm sitting here, I'm learning it, I'm going step by step through it. I have guidance, I have all the resources, I have it all in one place ready to go. That's just something that I personally love. And I'm really excited for this new program to come out. It's going to be on all things habits, in depth, waking up early, having a morning routine and a nighttime routine. Anyway, if you're interested, join my email list for alerts on it. And also, when you join my email list, I always send out all my discount codes, and I always do great discount codes because I just want you guys to be able to change your life. Anyway, I love you guys, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye.